step I take, I move my truth. Every time they tell me stop, I use every comment, hate that makes my fuel. Gather up my energy and boom, I hear them talking, saying the way that I move is so reckless. That is a part of my mind I've been blessed with, giving my blood so I am relentless.
All right, this is the Keep Hammering Collective Q&A edition with Gideon and Larry, but Larry's not on camera, Gideon is. Larry can chime in if he'd like.
Yeah. Make sure you got your fingers twitching on the mic back there.
Larry, you there?
Oh, yeah. We're here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
There we go. There we go. All right. So I asked for some Q&As from you guys. And then Gideon and Larry came up with some stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
what do you think?
First of all, we got to start. I noticed in the last one, I was wearing my Eugene Speedway shirt.
Yeah.
You made a joke about me. It pissed somebody off.
Oh my God. Yeah. Somebody did lose their, it's just like, it wasn't even about, I don't even know what I even said, but it was just, you were wearing a t-shirt. I could use that for whatever reason to make fun of you.
Yeah. I think you made a gay joke about me, but used the shirt.
Yeah. And they were like, my dad, grandpa, whatever. And I'm like, I don't even give a about the Eugene Speedway. Settle down. God, don't take this personal. Nobody gives a shit about you or the Eugene Speedway. I barely care about Gideon, but I just wanted to make fun of him.
Yes, I figured we'd start.
God, can we chill out? I'd also send somebody back their money for trying to win the truck because they went crazy saying, oh, they should have won it last time. The guy who won it already had a truck. And I'm just like, okay, however much money this guy spent, I told Rihanna and Andrea, I go, send it back. I'm not dealing. This is supposed to be cool.
Yeah.
Like you buy merch, you could win a $200,000 truck. It's not supposed to be some big issue that I want to deal with.
Saying you should have won the last one.
Because the guy who won already had a truck. It's just like,
it's a sweepstakes. It's a raffle.
It's 100% random. I don't know who the is going to win or what kind of car they have.
It doesn't matter.
It does. It has nothing to do with anything. So if you're going to like bitch and complain about a free truck, you're not playing.
Yeah.
I don't want your money.
I'm
not even making any money.
I've heard this quote before. I can't remember from who, but it's nobody cares, work harder.
It should just be nobody cares, shut the fuck up.
Maybe
that's my new shirt.
That's the new merch line.
Okay. I didn't want to start off negative. This is supposed to be like a feel good Q&A, I thought.
I didn't know I was going to be poking the bear with that one. Okay. Wow. Moving on. This is feel good. How about those knives selling out?
Yeah. I mean, it took a while though.
Yeah. I mean, a whole 4 minutes.
Yeah. That's nuts. Montana Knife Company, whatever they're doing. I mean, yeah, I'm glad it's knives and not crack because, man, they're good at it.
I mean, people buy them like it's crack.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. A $300 knife isn't cheap.
No.
So somehow there's thousands of people out there with just $300 ready just to send it to somebody.
I mean, if you're going to spend $300, it is a good product.
Yeah, I mean, they're the best. Great product, awesome people, as I said in my post, I think yesterday or something. But yeah, I mean, they deserve, if anybody deserves support, it's a company like that.
Definitely.
I mean, 4 years ago when I met, it's going on maybe a little over 4. It was 2020 for the last election, but met Josh for the first time. He was still a lineman. I don't know if you saw his post, but
yeah,
he was just kind of making knives on the side, and we went back there, campaigning for the election and met him. And, from then to now, it's amazing what they're doing. 75 employees.
Crazy.
Just, yeah, it's the American dream.
I was just going to say that.
It is. It's the American dream. It's, Josh Smith, shout out to him, but his team, you got Brandon there, who's, was one of the original, I guess, his partner. Marketing, Jessica Byers, love her. She's doing the marketing part. Of course, all the employees are good. Josh's wife has been very supportive. So, man, I love to see it.
Yeah, me too. So this is a question. This is from your questionnaire. I changed it a little bit, but I think everyone wants to know what were Tracey's thoughts on doing the podcast.
She hated. Well, yeah, she hated the thought of doing it. So now I've just been giving her crap every day about, ever since you're like the big podcast star, she's like chiming in on stuff. And so if she chimes in on something, I'll say, oh boy, here we go. The resident expert. She's like everybody, the people's champ.
Yeah. I mean, people really liked the episode.
Yeah, she did great.
I noticed some of them would trickle onto other videos to comment. And, all the comments were super positive. And I think everyone wants to know if she'd be on again.
It's not looking good so far right now. But yeah, I turned the comments on the YouTube on her. People are so freaking stupid. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I know, people are really stupid. And then I'm also get surprised that they're even more stupid than I thought they were.
Stupider.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not even allowing comments on, because she didn't sign up to be critiqued.
No.
I get critiqued for all sorts of stupid shit. And that's just, hey, that's the way it goes. But she didn't. So I'm like, I'm not even going to fucking deal with dipshits saying who knows what. So no comments, but they have been commenting on other stuff and then sending me messages. And, I sent her a few messages I got about how impactful it was. And like, grown men listening to it crying.
Yeah.
Just by how, as I said, impactful that the discussion was. But it was just because it was so real. And, people listen to these podcasts and they want real.
Yeah.
What they normally get is like a bunch of guys who are kind of mediocre, middle of the road, saying how to be alpha and how to be this, okay, man, here's what you do to be a man. It's just like, I mean, you can't even run your own life.
No.
And all of a sudden you're telling men what, so the polar opposite of that is somebody like her who's just as genuine as can be in talking about Christianity and their, faith and all that. So people, I think, love those type of conversations. We don't get them that often. We get this, I don't even know what pretend.
Yeah. Well, people are getting this, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, no, you're compared to like, I spend a lot of time looking for good stuff to listen to. And so consequently, I got to listen to a lot of shitty stuff, which is probably what people think my podcast is too. So whatever, I guess I'm going to lump myself in. But you are like not the dipshit that I like listen to for 10 minutes. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to find another freaking podcast already because this one sucks. So if we can be genuine and just like not talk out our ass, I think we're in the top like 1%.
Yeah, we'll see. That's one of our favorite things to do while driving is put on an insufferable podcast and listen for hours.
You asked me, you're like, why do you listen to this? And I think it's just like it's
a form of self-torture.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just, I got to make myself tougher.
Yeah, exactly.
By being miserable listening to fucking idiots. And it's never women. It's just guys. Guys are insufferable.
I've always said, if you have to even say the word alpha.
Well, then another thing. So somehow I was looking at Joe's podcast, and I don't even know why I was looking at the comments, I think on Spotify. And, he's had some amazing podcasts lately. And like the comments were, too many ads. Why do I have to listen to all these ads? And I'm like, oh my God, you guys will bitch about anything and skip the ads. You can go right past them.
Yeah.
It's like, I grew up where we had no chance. We had to watch the commercials. If you're watching the show, you got to watch a whole damn commercial. And now people, they can skip past everything and they're still bitching.
Well, when you have to watch the commercial, I remember that would be the time you like try and run to the fridge in time and get back.
Yeah, you can't pause it like nowadays. Nowadays, you can go take a shit. You can freaking go to the store and come back and you didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
And we got people complaining because they got to skip through an ad on a podcast that's free, and some powerful discussion with the most powerful voice in media, and all you can think of is to bitch about the ads.
Yeah, for 3 hours. And what is there? 3 or 4 ad breaks?
Yeah, I mean, there might be total of 5 minutes. I don't know.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
But we're keeping this positive, so.
oh, that's right. That's right.
Are you familiar, this is another question, are you familiar with Ed Ashby's work on aeroballistics?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Ed Ashby. Well, it's about just a heavy arrow, penetrates better usually just in
Right.
general. And, talking about single bevel and cutting tip and heavy, this, that. Yeah. Know all about it. What about it?
Just, they wanted to know, what do you think about it?
Oh, whatever.
Sounds good.
Yeah. It's, so I don't know. Just in general, a super heavy arrow, I think there's a point of diminishing returns. It's about 800 grain arrow. Nobody's shooting an 800 grain arrow, so don't worry about that side. And then it's mostly too light. People shoot 300 some grain arrows because they want speed.
Yeah.
And they're losing all this penetration. And so I try to go with kind of a heavier, for this day and age, type arrow, like 500 grain. Shoot heavy poundage, kind of shoot a 250 spine arrow, which is pretty heavy. So yeah, I just want to like a hard hitting, but not super slow, like with the 800 grain, not, speed,
Right.
whatever is only one factor. It's just an easy one for marketing, but speed that is light, you're going to give up a lot of penetration. So I just want heavy, hard hitting.
Right. Well, you and James Visser shoot 1,300 grain arrows, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I can't remember what were we joking about.
I think it was
a single bevel too, something like that.
Yeah.
He's actually funny because he's smart, and most people it's hard to be sarcastic with idiots. So you can be sarcastic with him and he'll get it.
Unfortunately, not everyone in the comments gets it, I'm sure.
Oh man, I always said I wish social media, like, you had to take an IQ test to log in. It would just solve a lot of problems.
Yeah. I mean, there would be a lot less people on there.
And I'm not some genius, so it's not like I'm like lumping myself in, but if we could just take out like the bottom 5%, save a lot of time.
I think so.
Just shoot them.
Next one, and this one's interesting for me especially, because I think I could be the first one. KHC sponsored athletes.
Hybrid athletes or just athletes?
I think we make it hybrid athletes. I think you have to be a hybrid athlete to be a KHC athlete.
Because if you're a hybrid athlete, you're not really an athlete.
Yeah,
it's like
right.
saying you're kind of shitty at everything. So it's like, well, I'm hybrid. I'm not a good runner. I'm not strong. I'm not really an athlete. Could I call myself hybrid?
I love to call myself hybrid. With that definition, I'm definitely hybrid.
Yeah, you're our first hybrid tranny athlete. Does that work?
Yeah. And that is not a diss on anything else, just
No.
me, so everyone knows.
Yeah, not Wrangler, because you're wearing that Wrangler shirt. Not Duckworth, has nothing to do with the
Hey, my grandpa,
hunted ducks. And you said,
you son of a bitch.
God.
You think you're hot shit.
Oh, I know. Exactly. That's where it all started.
Okay, next
Big
question.
misunderstanding.
Any plans for Africa again?
Does it say again?
Well,
No.
I said that.
Oh. So those people are insinuating I've never been there, but I've been there many times. What's many?
I think there's a couple is 2, a few is 3, and many is anything else. What are we, right?
Yeah, I love Africa. I've been there. Killed Cape buffalo, killed kudu. I don't even know what else. But yeah, I mean, it's just time.
Yep.
If I have to, takes a few minutes to get over there.
Yeah.
So it's
Once they finish that train under the ocean,
we'll be there.
Speed train.
Yeah, I love going. I mean, I love, wild country and wild animals, and it doesn't get any more wild than some places of Africa. So yeah, I'm down. I like dangerous stuff. It's fun.
Well, there you go. Is there going to be a lift, run, shoot event for 2025?
I hope not. Now, just because I'm just like kind of tainted because the last time, let's see, I broke my foot on June 16th. That event was the
Juneteenth.
Yeah, no, right after Juneteenth, which is another important day in history, along with your birthday yesterday. So I think it was like the 21st or 22nd. So it was like 5 days after I broke my foot. And yeah, so it's kind of a pain in the ass. I did like all the people. That's of course incredible, but I'm still thinking about that. I did that 10K because it's like people signed up to train with me and do whatever. So it's like I can't say, oh, I fucking sprained my ankle, even though it was broke foot. But most people hear about, oh, you're making an excuse. So I had to do it. Sucked.
Yeah. Well, there's your answer. So this one I can answer. Not going to any Hunt Expos.
Oh, man. Well, I hate people.
Man, this is really turning out positive.
No. God, I used to love the shows. I did. I loved going to ATA, which is right now, I think, and seeing everybody. I loved going to SHOT. I don't know why, because I don't need to go to Vegas any more than absolutely necessary. But the Hunt Expo it's a consumer show, so it's cool seeing everybody. If I go to any, it'll be the Hunt Expo.
Okay. Good to know.
But I hope I don't. But I might.
All right. Your favorite way, I think most people know this, but your favorite way to cool down elk backstrap or tenderloin or...
Cool it down.
That's what we need. We need cigars. Yeah, kind of a vague question, but I imagined like in the field, which most people know, obviously, if you can get to a creek bed, and hang it in a tree, it's going to stay cooler down there.
Well, I have a little known tactic. I usually piss on it.
I was going to say my favorite thing to do is piss on it.
No, I don't know. I mean, I don't have a favorite way. I just want to get the meat cool. So it's not like some secret freaking tactic. But I mean, I want to get the hide off. Obviously, sometimes I don't even gut it because I do the gutless, whatever. I guess it's called gutless method. But just get the hide off, get the quarters off, and get it hanging. And usually north side timber is coolest, dark timber or something where I can get in the wind, get some wind around it. And I mean, if you can get it over water, like I think, what was that? Truett's buck this year, we left by the creek. So I put it right over this log that was going over the creek. It was super cool down in the bottom there. Meat chilled great. I left a coat there so no predators would get in there. And plus I don't like going around creeks because they're too noisy anyway. So they like to be able to hear. But I mean, that's a good tactic. Even if you had a garbage bag, you can put the meat in and put it in the water as long as you don't want to have the meat get wet. But that'll keep it really cool if you're worried about spoilage. But mostly it's just getting that hide off and getting it up off the ground in the wind.
Now, this is a comment that I saw pop up. I think it was San Carlos quite a few times. One guy said, I wonder how many more elk you would kill, which is funny because how many more could you kill? But how many more elk would Cameron Haynes kill if he used a mouth call or a diaphragm call?
Well, I can't kill any more than I kill. I kill I fill every tag that I'm legally afforded.
Yeah.
So.
Interesting question. 0.
0 more. And also, for people that don't know, just FYI, calling, you can kill a bull calling. The biggest bulls, you're probably not going to call in. I mean, if you're trying to get the biggest bull on the mountain, it's generally not going to come to a call.
Yep.
You can call in raghorns, you can call in bulls that are acting like herd bulls that aren't really the herd bulls, or maybe the herd bull is gone or bred the cows and so there's another bull in there. Sometimes you can get those type of bulls in, but not the giants.
Yeah. And that's why I hammer my call.
Well, you can't eat the horns.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you're for trophy hunt, are you a trophy hunter? I hate that question too. It's like, I don't know, I got a bunch of trophies here, but I also ate all this meat. So can you be a meat hunter and a trophy hunter?
Well, yeah, except for the meat that you left, in the mounts.
Oh, right. Yeah. It's amazing how clueless some, oh no, we're being positive. Yeah. So here's the thing, the actual bones and meat are not in that mount.
Really?
That's true.
Wow.
And that's actually not its hide, but that's not its skull under that.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not. And that's not its actual eyeball.
What?
Yeah, I know it looks like it.
Wow.
It's crazy, huh?
You learn something new every day.
I know you do. But yeah, so I've got a bunch of trophies here. Eat all the meat. It's cherish it. So yeah, it's like when people say, "No, are you a trophy hunter or do you hunt for the meat?" It's just like, well, in both. How about that?
This is a good one. What's your deal with noisy pants?
Okay. Well, my deal with other humans when I'm hunting is I hate them. And if those humans have pants on, I really hate them. And if they're sound like windbreaker pants, like parachute pants,
Would you take all that and make it me?
oh, it's not good. So, yeah, I mean, if we just backtrack from the pants to the person to the noise to the material to another human around me,
Yeah.
that's what I hate.
As one guy suggested, no homo, of course. I'll just take them off.
Yeah.
So,
I think you just take them off and oil yourself up.
okay.
Jeez.
Be nice and quiet.
That's what you chime in with?
Wow.
The first that you chime in with has to get edited
Larry?
out?
Yeah, I've been stewing on that one for about 5 minutes.
I think, you know how, with the camo face paint, if you just did your camo face paint on your legs and your junk and your ass, maybe you could be naked.
Yeah.
I mean, it could work.
Did I miss a spot?
Oh, yeah, just lift. Let me lift.
Turn your head
The
and
paint's
cough.
so hard to get.
Can you hand me that mirror? Okay, we're going off. We're going off.
You film with your phone. You film and then you check it.
That thing you reposted on your story.
What was it? Oh, it went live, shaving your balls. Hearts start coming up. I know. God, there's some good shit out there.
I was dying at that. Okay. Someone wants to know, this is a crazy transition, but how do you overcome self-doubt with ambitious goals?
Well, that's assuming I got a plan for anything. What is the question? Okay, well, let me just break it down. How do I overcome self-doubt?
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm worthless and pathetic, so I guess that hasn't worked. And a poser. And
I think a better way to phrase this question would be, how do you use that self-doubt as fuel?
oh, well, yeah, you think you're a piece of shit, so you got to prove people wrong.
Exactly.
And yourself wrong.
That was a guy who dropped out of his PhD and is becoming an artist. So, next.
Well, he's going to be broke. That's like wanting to be a professional bow hunter. It's like probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, how many artists make money?
Can't be a lot. I mean,
But if you don't want to be a doctor, that's probably good to switch gears. But yeah, hopefully he's good.
Yeah.
That's a tough. Everything's tough. I go.
If he looked like Milana, maybe he would do okay.
Oh. Yeah.
So.
I'm just gonna say just because you said he, I'm gonna say he probably doesn't look like some hot artist,
Yeah, I don't think so.
but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
No Eugene Speedway reference, and I'm not.
Would you quit with
maybe
Eugene Speedway?
Maybe he is hot, and that's fine. That is fine.
okay. This is the last question from the Q&A. Do you remember your first elk hunt?
Do I remember it? God, I remember every elk hunt. What are people talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was only 40, or no, how many years?
50, 60.
No, 80 years ago.
Carried the 10.
Yeah. So people have heard the tag is right over there from 1989,
Yep.
September 13th, 1989. Opened on the 25th. Hunted every day. We were supposed to be going to school. Dropped out. Dropped all my classes. No, I got to kill this bull or a bull. So it sounds like 18 straight days. It was in the evening. Me and my brother, we both started bow hunting the same year. He's 3 years younger than me, but he was like, we were in this reprod, this herd of elk were around. This spike bull steps out 70 yards, which I shot for hours and hours and hours every day, but 70 yards. So I shot over the top, missed him. Spooked, kind of cow call, stops. Or maybe I didn't cow call. Maybe he just didn't know what the hell was going on. And I hit him perfect and double lung. Went like 50 yards.
Well, there you go.
That was it.
A brief little history. Now,
Of course I remember it. I remember every kill.
speaking of history, I got a fun little section here.
Trying to think of what. No, every kill. I'm looking at all these and it's like,
You know them all?
yeah. Do a quiz.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
one?
How about that whitetail?
That whitetail, that's South Texas, GK Plumas, where I killed chicken over there. But yeah, just big old 10-point, nice tall buck. Yeah, it's not too crazy out of a blind, 20-some yards. Smoked him.
Huh. Okay. What about the skull cap mounted one?
That bull there?
Yeah.
Of course we know that one. That's my first 6x6 in the wilderness. 12 miles back by myself. That was the one where I lost my knife. I told Josh about that the other day. I lost that knife my father-in-law gave me. Had llamas, but they're too dead because I killed it on opening day and they get tired. So I had to go try to round up my buddies that are like 10 miles away. Walked all the way over there, said, hey, can you help me come pack out a bull? I'll buy us pizza and a hotel room. So we went all the way down to Enterprise, got pizza, hotel room, packed all the way back in. And yeah, Tim Thompson, Joel, his cousin, Greg Miller, the director at the water division right now. And yeah, 1997.
Those were all scripted, just so everyone knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about that pig right there?
That would be a good one to ask. Well, is that from Fresnella?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. That's from California, down there with South. Like I was shooting PSE. It was probably like year 2003, maybe. So maybe 20 some years ago. But yeah, big boar.
Okay. Maybe I'm going to start doing that every now and then. I'll just point.
Yeah. Mountain Ops has been my go-to supplements for the past 7 years. My exclusive Keep Hammering line of products offers a blended protein powder, BCAAs, and a pre-workout that I take every day. Mountain Ops provides quality nutrition and gear to help you conquer through your passions. Their brand is all about faith, family, and hunt, and they truly focus on improving the lives of thousands. Plus, I love that they're a brand designed by hunters for hunters. So head over to mountainops.com and use code CAM to save on my Keep Hammering Signature Series or anything else I offer to help you train inside and conquer outside. Sig Sauer is leading the firearm outdoor industry in American innovation, ingenuity, and manufacturing. For over 250 years, Sig Sauer has evolved and thrived by blending American ingenuity, German engineering, and Swiss precision. SIG is synonymous with industry-leading quality and innovation, which has made it the brand of choice amongst the U.S. military, the global defense community, law enforcement, competitive shooters, hunters, and responsible citizens. That's why I have decided to partner with them for my personal protection and concealed carry of choice. I'm also actually working with them to develop some bow hunting friendly carry options because of the dramatic increase of predator attacks happening across the United States. SIG is actually offering something pretty unique in the industry. They're giving you guys a discount to help you gear up for hunting season. All optics and accessories are 10% off using code CAM, that's C-A-M, at sigsauer.com. That's code CAM for 10% off.
Okay, this next section actually comes from a conversation you and Michael Waddell were having in Texas. And I think this could be beneficial. I mean, I want to hear some of this stuff, and I think other people do too, but you guys were talking about how the new generation of bow hunters maybe aren't as interested or obsessed with the history of bow hunting. And you guys were kind of saying it's, you know, the new generation's responsibility to learn that and carry that on. So I thought we would start with just a brief little overview of what many people consider the forefathers of bow hunting.
Oh, is this
Saxton Pope,
Yeah.
and Arthur Young.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about them, and also Ishi. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
The Native American. I was just doing some reading today. Found out that they met at like the World Fair tour in San Francisco in 1915.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I guess their meeting wasn't even anything special. They just had mutuals and met, and just kind of went from there. But yeah, what do you know about kind of how they started and Ishi in specific? Because I know he was kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I've only read a few different books that mention it. You know, actually, God, what's his name? Where's my Tanner wore that hat, that raccoon hat.
This one? This is gonna be,
Yeah. So, yeah, I got this from, why can I think of his name? From Meat Eater.
Oh,
Clay?
Ted?
Is it Clay?
Clay Newcomb.
Yeah, Clay Newcomb.
Yeah.
God. So he just was asking me the other day what I knew about Ishi because he wants to do a podcast on him.
Oh, okay.
And I answered him the same way, which I think is going to be an awesome podcast because he does so much history and I love it. But yeah, I only know kind of, you know, I have a few books that talk about it, but mostly I just know about Saxon Pope and Art Young. Obviously started Pope and Young. And then after those guys, essentially, and I think what Waddell was talking about, I believe with Rogan is, and I saw that our favorite hater page actually put up this clip just
Of course they did.
just because, I mean, if you're going to be completely worthless, you just like, you can't have any limits.
Go all the way.
Go all the way. But talking about, because Waddell said they would put up like, you know, I think 70 pounds or 70 yards. I don't know what it was. It's not enough for a buffalo. They shot it like 3 times and one in the rump, one in the whatever. And so they tried to say that that's when bow hunters were honest, right? And it's just like, no, it has nothing to do with that. It's just like they were testing archery equipment. They didn't know. They didn't know if bows and arrows could actually kill animals. So it was kind of like this exploratory mission over Africa. Like, what are these weapons capable of? So they were just kind of just sharing their findings.
Right.
And it wasn't a matter of, it wasn't edited or it wasn't like making archery look bad. It's just like, no, here's what we found.
Right.
And that's what I like about their journey. So the writings back then, even Fred Bear, he came on after that, but he was, you know, very just black and white about his experiences out there. And then that's how we've learned, and that's how we've become more proficient, and the equipment's become more deadly and become more ethical hunters. But it was because of those guys, and they were just saying, here's what we learned, Here's what works. Here's what doesn't work. And during this time, there's even a stretch where people were putting poison pods on arrows. And so they would hit the animal anywhere and it would kill them. It would basically a respiratory type thing, but it would kill them from the poison. And so that's all part of this process of like, now we're with expandable heads and lighted nocks and range finders. And it's just an evolution of kind of what we're doing. Right. So they started at one end, we're at the other end, and it's all an important part of this whole journey. And so I'm not an expert on those guys, on the forefathers, other than, like I said, a few books that I've read.
Yeah. But I think it's interesting because obviously probably most hunters know of Pope and Young. And they want an animal that qualifies for Pope and Young, but maybe didn't know who, or that those were even people.
Yeah. I know.
But it is interesting you say that about our favorite haters, because with their logic, them, journaling their findings and all that, with their logic would be just as bad of a crime as they accuse everyone else of today. It's like, if we didn't have that, where would we be now? So,
well,
because something I found interesting, and I didn't know this, was Saxon Pope produced the first bow hunting film from his trip to Alaska, and I think it was 1922 and 1923. And it's like, okay, well, there's a bow hunting film. Is that?
Oh, that's
how
terrible.
many new hunters did that bring? That's
terrible. Yeah, we're not supposed to talk about what we love.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this group of dipshits, the only time people ever care about what they post is if it's like me or Waddell or. If it's just about them, nobody could give two shits. So they have to put up me killing something to get any kind of reaction or whatever. So it's just like, how is that any better than, if you're going to condemn me, what are you doing?
Yeah, you're doing it for clicks and views too. So,
but anyway, it's just, to me, it's like what we do is we celebrate the lifestyle, which is important. That's what these guys that we're talking about have always done. We've always, shared our experiences, shared what we love, why we love the outdoors and the mountains and the hunt itself. And, we just portray our experiences out there in hopefully the best light, but sometimes we have tough lessons we learn too, and we're just honest about that.
Yep.
So, some people are honest. Some people kind of, go out and, I guess forget to mention that they're supposed to be on a bow hunt and then kill something with a rifle and blame other like equipment malfunction and things like that.
Interesting. Some people.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Some people that I'll never mention on this podcast again. And I used to like.
I did run across a quote by Pope, and I really liked it because it reminds me a lot of you and your take. So I'm going to read it.
Okay.
Maybe I should read it in a cinematic voice.
Oh, yeah, do it. Radio DJ voice.
Yeah. Wah, 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 wah.
Whoa.
Okay. To you who follow us into the land of Robin Hood, let me say that what you need most is a great longing to come and perseverance. For if I should try to explain how we have accomplished even that little we have in hunting, I would protest that it is because we have held on to an idea and been persistent. In my own mind, the credit is ascribed to the fact that I have surrounded myself with good companions and tried again and again in spite of failure.
I like that.
Yeah.
Who is that from?
Pope.
Yeah. That's bow hunting.
Yeah.
It's, we talk about I don't know. I've heard analogies where like even the best baseball hitter fails 7 out of 10 times type thing. Well, bow hunting is even harder than that.
Yeah.
Success with the bow on big bulls might be 1%. Who knows? Just in general is like 10%, and that's on any elk. So there's a lot of failure. And if you're somebody who, I don't know, quits when the going gets tough, you're probably not going to be bow hunting very long.
Well, it's funny you say that because I have a quote by you.
Oh.
Right after this.
Okay.
Or right after that. What brings you fulfillment and a sense of purpose? Focus on that and foster a life built around it. Study your craft and spend time excelling in it, whatever it might be. Find others who share your passion and follow their footsteps. Love the journey and ignore thoughts of the finish line, as this is a race that never ends.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's how I feel. It's like, that's, kind of a little bit of a nod to what Waddell was talking about as far as our forefathers of archery. You got to pay attention to the history. You got to learn from it. You got to embrace this lifestyle. And to me, it's not really a hobby. It's not like,
Right.
oh, this is a fun thing to do. This is my life, right? And I know not everybody's going to have that approach, but that's how serious I take it. And it's like, I think when you have that attitude, it can change who you are. It's like when I'm in the mountains, and I don't know, you maybe you saw this, maybe you didn't, but it's just like when I'm there, I feel like connected. When I think about like I don't even know where this film is or what's going on with it, but we have the Oregon elk film coming up, and I had to go back in there the next morning and kill that bull. Was hoping he was going to be dead. He wasn't. But that morning, I didn't get on blood, and you could verify this or say that I'm full of shit, but didn't get on blood, didn't do anything, but just went to where I shot him, went into the trees, and then just walked right to him.
Yep.
And so I just had, when you're like, to me, I try to like, I don't even know how to explain it, but sometimes I'm just like, I don't know how to explain it. But point is, it's like, you can just kind of know or have this connection sort of with I say the mountains, but also with the animal. And, that bull was, I don't know. I mean, it was a ways away, and I walked right to him and killed him.
Yeah. I mean, that was something I'd noticed all of September. And Oregon was just like the nail in the coffin for me, which what I had noticed is basically you have this innate ability to it almost seems like what's going to happen. It was unbelievable to watch. And then with Oregon, even with the setup when you shot the bull and like, we were moving fast, the light was fading, and we were going through areas that otherwise would have been, there could have been elk in them, but we were moving quick through them, and then like that we pop out and there's the herd. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And then that next morning, I mean, it's exactly how you described it. It was so, I wish everyone could see it, because to me it was just kind of incredible to witness. I had told multiple people, I think I told Connor, and I was just like, he has some connection. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain anything, but all I know is like that whole night, I was just thinking about that so much, and that moment, thinking about that bull, thinking about what happened, and I was just like had in my head, I don't know, I didn't think that, he's going to be right here, but when I got there, that's just where I went. And I walked right to him.
Yeah.
And he was right there. And, unfortunately, I did have to shoot him again, but he was hurt, obviously. And that was emotional. I don't like that. But yeah, so there's something about, like, when I talk about archery and bow hunting and the mountains, like I said earlier, not everybody's going to have the same type of connection. But for me, man, there's something.
Yeah.
There's something powerful.
I think you don't have to have the same connection, but you should at least strive to have the same respect for the craft.
Yeah. I
think that can get lost, and maybe it doesn't happen as much with like bow hunting, but I know there's a big thing with duck hunting right now. Like new kids coming up and they're like taking pictures with ducks biting on their bills and their mouth and shit. And it's like,
I don't like stuff like that.
Me either.
I don't like stuff like that. I love, and I kind of, I mentioned kind of talking shit, but what about, I said something about somebody's on bow hunt, finished with a rifle, completely legal. That was completely legal. So it's not like, I'm not saying anybody did anything illegal or broke the law. Because on some of these hunts, like you got landowner tag, it's any weapon.
Right.
But I'm just big on, if you're going to talk about being transparent, then be transparent.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, or, there's, this industry is whatever. I mentioned there's people I really respect, like a Waddell, a Remy Warren, a Levi Morgan. A lot of people, a Cole Kramer, who I really look up to and really have a lot of respect for. And then the people who maybe I've had or whatever, like there's some people who talk shit about me, and that's fine, it's whatever. And then they're like, oh, well, it's taken out of context. And I'm looking at the text and I'm like, well, not really. I mean, you're just talking shit. Yeah. And it's just like, I see those type of people with that type of approach, or the people who aren't being 100% transparent when they say they are. And how can you ever expect to like break through and have good things happen to you when you're not doing what's right?
Right. Yeah.
You can't talk shit about people. You can't take shortcuts or not be truthful and expect good things to happen, expect you to keep growing and all these, be rewarded with all this stuff. It's like, no, you have to do it right. Or it's just, that's not how the world works.
Yeah. And I think part of doing it right too is not doing it with the intention for good things to happen to you.
Yeah. I mean, that's, they say, the more you give, the more you receive, but not if you're giving
to receive.
Yeah. It's just, it's, I don't know.
And for everyone out there, I give without thinking of receiving.
Yeah. And I'm not, I don't know where my stuff is, but it'd be nice if I could get it, because I give a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But no, it's, I don't know. Just some stuff seems so obvious, but man, sometimes I get, because there's people who I really like and really respect, and then I get disappointed with, and it's like, who the f am I? I'm a walking up myself, so take that with a grain of salt. But I just know that any time in life where I've like, I just know that if I don't give all I have and do it right, do my best and do what's it, I don't know, like I don't even know how to explain it, but you get what you deserve.
Yeah. Well, I think there's some people out there too. We've talked about this, is like, you can convince yourself of a false truth.
Yeah.
And
you start to believe it.
Yeah. You say it enough, you start to believe it. And to that point, I guess they think they're doing everything right.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever. I mean, people, our egos kind of protect us and kind of lead us astray sometimes. And maybe it's part of that. And that's, I've fallen victim to that too, where I've done shit where I'm like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
Look, when you get older, you're supposed to get smarter. So hopefully I have, but I understand how people make mistakes. And I just like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Well, I'm not older, so I'm a dumbass. And I am a walking fuck up. You can't take that title.
Well, I am too. I mean, I don't have all the answers. Sometimes I talk and probably shouldn't talk.
Well, we're trying not to talk out of our asses. What?
Didn't start off too good, because that's kind of where I started today on the Q&A. I actually don't think, I almost will just write out this Q&A with no edits.
I don't think it was too bad. The only bad part is when Larry chimed in wanting me to get oiled up.
That's all right. I mean,
but that's a great introduction.
Look, I just say what everyone else out there is afraid to say.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed Macy took off our Q&A idea.
What, people sending me dick pics?
Well, just writing their question on their penis and then taking a picture and sending it to you.
I mean, we already talked about putting camo on our penis, so...
Yeah, so it's like the theme of the show. Penis. Yeah.
Well, next time.
Yeah. All right.
I think that's it. We can end it on.
Yeah, that's a hard ending. Yeah.
We had a good one, and then, well, kind of fucked it up.
Which one?
Well, it was starting to kind of come to a natural wind down.
Oh, yeah. No, we can't do that.
The quotes.
Yeah, no. We're never going to end it where we should. Go too far.
Leave it to me.
All right. Well, there's a bonus Q&A. Don't take it with a grain of salt. Or wait, did I say that already once?
I think so. So 2 grains of salt.
God. Okay, take it with 2 grains of salt. But yeah, don't take it all. Don't take any of it that serious.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people want to win the truck. That's cool. But don't go overboard.
Yeah. Listen, it's already been scripted, and so.
Yeah, we already know who's going to win.
Yeah.
No, okay. First of all, it's a sweepstakes company. I have nothing to do with it. It's like, this is like totally run by this whole third party thing. They're totaling up everything. I have absolutely nothing to do with who wins it.
We do not see or touch
Anything.
Yeah.
No, it's like state laws and lottery and who knows what. But yeah, I mean, I wish every person who was hopeful and wanted to win, I wish I had a truck for you.
Yeah.
Trust me. I wish I could give everybody a truck.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I mean, you never know, but man, I just, the winners we've had have been incredible. And people talk about, the first one seemed a little bit suspicious. It's like, no, there is no suspicious anything.
Do people know that if it was, it would have been investigated, and that's a huge crime?
Yeah, I mean, there's absolutely no funny business. Trust me. I just want to give away cool stuff to cool people, and we've done it. We've done it, and it's been awesome.
Yeah. So there you go. Nobody cares. Shut the fuck up.
That's the new merch. So keep your eyes peeled. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Keep hammering. Larry out. Are you gonna sign off, Larry?
Yeah. What's your
it takes me a minute to reach the button over here.
And also, the headphones you're wearing have latency, so if you try and talk while listening.
I know. I was trying to talk earlier, and it sounded like I was stuttering.
Today, Junior.
Today, dude, Junior. Anyways, nobody cares. Shut the fuck up.
All right, guys, we're out of here.
Every step I take, I move my truth. Every time they tell me stop, I use every comment, hate that makes my fuel. Gather up my energy and boom. I hear them talking, saying the way that I move is so reckless. That is a part of my mind I've been blessed with. Giving my blood, so I am relentless. My fault, they want someone to blame. They send their hate, it fuels my pace. I am Roy Tough, I am the change, the fuel, endure. Feeling like